What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the boxing clinic again, and on to the next one for Adrien Broner. I'm figuring, excuse me, that he can't make 140 anymore, and so talking about pretty much 140 fights is irrelevant. The Ricky Burns fight, the Victor Postal fight, potential Mikey Garcia fight, but there's some guys that potentially gonna move to 147 for the fight, or who are already at 147 welterweight limit that he can fight at. He can fight with. I think him going in the right direction is any of these guys. Pablo Cano. I think that's an excellent fight for him. I think for Cano, I think he gave Paulie a tough fight. I think that's a winnable fight for Cano. He's a very talented fighter, but he's like really hot and cold. He's really inconsistent inside the ring. So, I think that's a nice step in the right direction. Probably a little soft touch for Broner coming up. Eddie Gomez is a guy I think he's sparred with before. A dude that kind of fluctuates between 154 and 147. A bigger welterweight with some skills. I think that's a step in the right direction for Broner. He's in the top 10 of a lot of welterweight sanctioning bodies. I'm not sure if he can make welterweight, but he's there. Luis Collazo, he's looking for a big fight as well, and this is where we step into the danger zone for Broner at. Collazo is a tough vet with underrated power, underrated boxing skills. I think he'll give Broner all types of hell, but it'll be a good, exciting fight. Both are exciting fighters, and I think a lot of people will look forward to that fight as well. That'll be a good step in a really right direction for him. Then you got Robert Guerrero, who kind of built up a fight with him at the Andre Ward Chad Dawson press conference a while ago. You can look up that little confrontation that they ran into each other with, talking stuff. Robert Guerrero talking shit. Broner said send the contract. I think that's a good fight. It already got some characters in it with Robert Guerrero's father and Adrien Broner. I think that's a good fight. For propaganda and promotion-wise, I think that fight will sell itself and do a lot of good things on TV network, whichever network they decide to put it on. Then you go to Felix Diaz, then you're really in the danger zone for Adrien Broner. I think Felix Diaz will pick Broner apart very easily. I think this is where you start to get into the realm where he probably ain't gonna take that fight because he's not that. The risk doesn't match the reward by any means necessary. Then you go Lamont Peterson, you in the danger zone again. But Peterson's a very beatable fighter. Doesn't have the strongest chin, not the big puncher, but has the skills to probably dismantle Broner. But it's a good fight for Broner if they choose to fight. They're both homeboys. We'll see down the line. That's a good fight for both, but a winnable fight for each one in my opinion. The way that each one's been looking of late. Jesse Vargas, I think that's another excellent fight if him and Bob and Al really wants to do business like they've been saying they're going to do business. They're working on the Pacquiao and the American fight as we speak, even though Bob said that's a lie. I don't know. I think the Jesse Vargas fight is an excellent fight for each guy. Vargas got some notoriety fighting Pacquiao. Broner got some notoriety fighting Madonna, Porter, and everybody knows who Broner is. Good fight for him. Timothy Bradley, I think him downtrending in his career, getting old, I think that's another fight that Broner could target to make a name off of Tim Bradley. Bradley is a tough fighter, but he doesn't punch that hard. So it's a very interesting fight, and both guys are very known, in the USA. Marquez is another guy that's looking to get back in the game that Broner could be catching at the right time to build some confidence and build some notoriety in this game. Marquez is always a tough out, no matter how long he's been out, but I think it's the best time to clip him is now. And then you got Terrence Crawford, who may be the pinnacle for him, other than Pacquiao or a potential Floyd fight. I think if him and Pacquiao and Crawford, if Broner and Crawford fight, I think the winner should automatically get Manny Pacquiao in some type of written contract. But we know who the winner of that fight will be. It'll be Terrence Crawford, probably pretty easily. And I think Broner isn't ready for the big guns in the division yet. I think him fighting some of these guys will be more beneficial to his career. We gone.